What is going on YouTube? This is Acid Roots Wires. This is part 29 to the particular Devil May Cry walkthrough as far as these fifth guns. The action type pitch here as far as getting towards it. So we're going to particularly try to pick up the staff of Hermes. Pitch for us saying that doesn't really happen in this particular episode. It's kind of a free base type one. Me not really knowing his full bound the goings on within these pitches. Kind of the composition. It's not like the particular product. Me not having played this game since September, October. Pitch like that. Some of those type errors as far as saying. So this is going to be kind of a lollygag and gallivant type episode. Pitch like that, but I look after it. I added some extra type stuff at the end as far as these pitch guys. I'm paying attention like the price here. I'm going to probably do that on the occasion considering that my main channel has to do with music as far as this pitch guys. So I want to kind of advertise that within those pitches as well as far as some of these type products. Now I am going to talk about the game pitch like that. This is kind of a shorter type episode just because the pairs I kind of have error prone typeness with some of these type ones pitch like this. The same thing with the reviews. There's a lot more editing that goes on behind the scenes that's not shown with this. So some of these type ones are actually a little bit lengthier with pitch like that. I want to get some of these type ones posted up. There's just going to be kind of a data dump on that particular Acid Roots Wire channel. I've got a series of these. I've uploaded a couple type ones that are in the miscellaneous videos and pitch like that. Just some further type ones as previous. Fall of 2025 and other type conversations I've had with Jackal Goldkick, some of those type fairs. So it's pitch as far as saying just paying attention like the products of it here, just getting towards like some of these type aspects. So it's a pitch as far as saying like kind of more or less like a reboot for a while as far as these fairs go. I'm just kind of paying attention. Now, obviously, I like to come back to this channel in like the autumn and winter as far as these fairs, but I realize that strictly just not doing anything with this channel whatsoever in like the 6 or 5 or 7 months between like the warmer months is just kind of the factoid that I have to say I want to get back towards some of these type fairs. A pitch like that is just going to be a series of these, some of these type fairs. It's a good bounty at least in Oasis or something like that. With them probably trying to get these collects kind of goings on. But yeah, just to pitch some of these type updates and then pitch like that. Just good JB post up pitches like that. Some of that phrase and also a good aspect like a Waka Flocka one in there as well within pitch like that. Some of that variety. So it's kind of pitch as far as saying just some free base there. Yeah, both those reviews I kind of did in the early 2020s pitch like that. And I would definitely say to like fuck with some of these type ones as far as these pitch happens is the excellent type phrase as far as getting towards like the product, the paying attention to like classic mixtapes. Now nowadays, definitely within the pitch like the JB type one pitch like that, that particular type variety is not even as much commonplace available pitch like that. It was on Dat Piff back in like the early 2020s, probably the the 2010s as well. Pitch like that was just kind of for ever since Dat Piff shut down. Nowadays, there's some certain particular type ones that are really only available nowadays on just JGK Records, Jackal Goldkick's music channel as far as this first guy. So it's kind of pitch first, and I would definitely pay attention to some hit type feels. I recognize that JB, he was a big prominent type rapper throughout the 2010s, but a prominent underground rapper throughout the 2010s. Pitch like that was kind of the phrase as far as saying some of these type pitches. You have to pay attention like the aspect that seems like he's starting to slip beneath the cracks as far as these first guys. It's kind of the composition now. He doesn't do music anymore. Pitch like that, very unfortunate within those fairs, but it's kind of pitch as far as saying definitely worth tracking down some of these type fellas while the availability is still there with them pitch like this. It's kind of for when you pay attention, when you look after it, and there's hit type music and there's only one source for it, it's kind of probably you want to fuck with it while it still has the variety, because it's happened. I mean, there's been varieties and some of these type ones paying attention, like when I think of certain type mixtapes, they get pulled, and if you delete like the Deuce mixtape, for example, I don't know if folks know about it, but Deuce from Hollywood Undead had a mixtape called Call Me Big Deuce, and back in like 2021, 2019, I downloaded that mixtape way back in 2019. Jackal Goldkick had shown me like a song or two off of it, and then I dug deeper, did some research, and realized he dropped a mixtape and downloaded it back in like 2019, early 2020 pitch like that. But in the fray, it was kind of pulled from like Dat Piff, and then that's kind of fair. I mean, nowadays it's kind of available for purchase, but they shortened it, and it's just kind of fair as far as saying they made it like an EP. Someone hacked into Deuce's Spotify and all those type ones, is iTunes and all that. I mean, Deuce kind of got into Scientology, kind of got whacked out some of those affairs, not to say full bound like but it's just kind of pitch. He's just a lot more zombie-like nowadays, so it's kind of phrase as far as saying just the product that particular his music type phrase. I mean, there's some new products. I've reviewed some of these, definitely within those pitches as far as saying some of those are going to surface much later pitch like that, but it's kind of phrase as far as saying that the aspect kind of amongst it is just some products that may not necessarily have his full bound type approval pitch like that, but just some of those type errors. The Call Me Big Deuce mixtape is missing from mixed. I mean, you can find it on YouTube, of course, but it's just kind of fair. I mean, it was kind of pulled from some of those type places. Nowadays, you have to pay money just to get songs that are also on like albums, pitch like that. So some of those type fairs pitches. There are some ones like Nine Lives Forever that kind of came out, but some of those type pitches. Another type one that's real banging pitch like that would be Waka Flocka's Salute Me or Shoot Me Too, which is in this particular episode. I'll probably put the Deuce one of these next type ones, but the pitch far saying just so you know about it. But especially like that Salute Me or Shoot Me classic tape pitch like that. There's plenty of bangers on there to some of those ballistic type ones. So that particular mixtape is almost 20 years old. Pitch like that. So some of those type very good pitches off there. Particular like I forget the name of it. There's one too. Same shit with Slim Duncan's pretty hitting type ones, some good nice ones off of particular Remember My Name by JB, like It's a Party Baby, good pitch like that's what's gonna happen. Too Damn Bad, some of those type ones like that's what's gonna. So some of those type bangers, excellent type pitch, reviewed those in the past. Now mind you, it was back when I was, 31, 33, some of those pairs with them banging toughness, but this, 4, 5, 6 years ago pitch like that. But hit that phrase pros was that's gonna have some good nice pitches. Talking about the game here, yeah, like I said, this free base kind of lost with some of these pitches, didn't really know the goings on pitch like that. Is trying to figure out the mode of what to get towards some of these pitch amongst it's kind of fair. But I would just say probably get some Taco Bell cooks, some of those affairs, this lollygag type fair within the aspects as far as saying some of these probably. So probably by episode 31, we'll kind of know more within like the goings on of the actual what to do with some of these pitches. But it's kind of probably just say this episode and the next one are going to be kind of just nonsense pitch like that. So some of those type fairs, but just paying attention like the product pitch like that. Kind of get towards some aspects here as far as these pitches can have. But this kind of aspect, this game kind of wants you to do that within these pitches. So it's kind of those pairs, but just paying attention towards it here. So stay tuned for this next one. There's going to be more of this, but it's going to be kind of nonsense, but still some hit type pairs. And the rest of this is going to be some music type pairs. We'll get towards that more soon. So ballistic type tape here, pitch like that. Plenty of bangers off this particular one, pitch like that. Definitely check out the Acid Roots main channel. Same thing with this tape here as far as these pairs going to happen. Some bangers, definitely. Plenty type ones. Definitely get towards some popcorn. Your room should look just like this one here as far as these pairs going to have plenty of ballistic toughness. So stay tuned for more of these pitches like that.